Is 400,000 still a good home buying budget in San Antonio? Yes, of course. But what that money buys you can look completely different depending on where you choose to live. Closer to central San Antonio, your 400,000 may buy location, mature trees, and neighborhood character. In a newer master plan community, it might buy modern finishes, community amenities, and a more open floor plan. And in suburbs like Schertz or Cibolo, it may buy you more square footage, more bedrooms, and possibly a larger yard. But every option comes with a trade-off. So today, I'm breaking down what 400,000 can realistically buy in San Antonio versus the suburbs and helping you decide where your money may work best for your lifestyle. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Phyllis Domingo. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 20 years and I help families relocate to San Antonio, Texas from all over the country. Every week, I share honest and practical videos about moving to San Antonio, living in San Antonio, Texas, San Antonio real estate, neighborhoods, new construction, schools, cost of living, everything you should understand before making your move. One of the questions buyers ask me all the time is, Phyllis, what can my budget actually buy? And 400,000 is a really interesting price point because it gives buyers several different options across San Antonio real estate market. You're not limited to only one type of home or one side of town, but that can also make the decision more confusing. Do you choose a location? Do you choose the newer house? Or do you choose the most space? That is what we are going to break down today. I'm going to compare three different buyer scenarios: a home closer to central San Antonio, a newer home in a master plan community, and a suburban home in Schertz or Cibolo. These are not three specific listings because inventory changes constantly. Instead, I want to show you the general differences you may see when looking at homes around the 400,000 price point. Let's start with the big question. Is 400,000 a good budget in San Antonio? The first thing to understand is that 400,000 is still above the overall median home price for the San Antonio area. That means this budget can provide more choices than the typical entry-level price point. You may be able to look at established neighborhoods, newer subdivisions, suburban communities, resale homes, and some new construction options. But the amount of home you receive depends heavily on location. The closer you move towards highly desirable central neighborhoods or major employment areas, the more your budget may go towards the land and location. As you move farther into developing areas or surrounding suburbs, your money may buy more square footage and newer construction. This is common in many cities, but San Antonio's large geographic footprint makes the difference especially noticeable. San Antonio is very spread out. Two homes can have the same list price and feel completely different purchases. One may be 1,800 square feet on a mature lot close to downtown. Another may be 2,400 square feet in a newer community near Loop 1604, and another may be closer to 2,700 square feet in Schertz or Cibolo. The sales price may be similar, but the daily lifestyle is not. The first option is an established neighborhood closer to central San Antonio. Depending on the exact area, a home around 400,000 may offer approximately 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and somewhere around 1,700 to 2,200 square feet. Again, that range can vary significantly depending on the neighborhood, condition, lot updates, and current inventory. The biggest advantage is usually location. You may be closer to downtown San Antonio or TAM Houston, the medical center, the airport, major hospitals, established shopping areas, museums, local restaurants, and cultural attractions. For buyers who do not want to spend a large part of their day commuting, that can be extremely valuable. Sometimes buyers only compare price per square foot, but your time also has value. If living closer to work saves 30 minutes every morning and 30 minutes every afternoon, that is 5 hours every week. Over an entire year, that becomes a major lifestyle difference. The second advantage is neighborhood character. Established areas often have mature trees, wider streets, unique architecture, and homes that do not look alike. You may find original hardwood flooring, fireplaces, built-in shelvings, larger front porches, or architectural features that are difficult to reproduce in a newer subdivision. The lots may also feel more private. In some established neighborhoods, you may have more space between homes and more mature landscaping. But here is the trade-off. The home will probably be older, and an older home needs to be evaluated carefully. You may need to think about about the age and condition of the roof, HVAC system, electrical system, plumbing, windows, foundation, and insulation. Does not mean an older home is automatically a bad choice. A well-maintained older home can be a wonderful purchase, and a newer home can still have problems. The important thing is maintenance and condition. Another trade-off is that you may not receive the same open layout found in newer homes. Bedrooms may be smaller, closets may be smaller, the kitchen may be separated from the living room, and there may not be a dedicated office or game room. You also may not have a community pool, splash pad, clubhouse, or neighborhood walking trails. So who is this option best for? I think it works well for professionals who need to be closer to downtown, the medical center, Fort Sam Houston, or central employment areas. It also works for buyers who love mature neighborhoods and value location more than having the newest finishes. If you would rather have a shorter commute, established restaurants, larger trees, and more neighborhood character, this may be your best use of $400,000 budget. Now let's compare that with option number 2. The second option is a newer home in a master plan community on the far west, northwest, or north side of San Antonio. At around $400,000, you may find a home with approximately 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath or 3 bathrooms, and roughly 2,100 to 2,600 square feet. The exact size depends on the builder, neighborhood, upgrades, lot, and whether you're considering new construction or resale home. The biggest advantage here is usually the home itself. You may get a more open floor plan. The kitchen may connect directly to the living room. You may have a larger island, more cabinet space, newer appliances, and modern countertops. The home may also include a dedicated office, upstairs game room, larger primary bedroom, walk-in closets, and more storage. For a growing family, those features can make everyday life easier. A newer home may also require fewer immediate cosmetic upgrades. You may not need to replace flooring, repaint the entire house, remodel the kitchen, or update the bathrooms right after moving in. Another major advantage is community amenities. Many master plan communities offer pools, playgrounds, walking trails, sports courts, clubhouses, and neighborhood events. For families with children, that can create a convenient lifestyle. Your children may have places to play and meet other families without leaving the neighborhood. But there are important trade-offs. The first thing is lot size and privacy. You may get more square footage inside the home, but less space between houses. Some buyers are comfortable with that. They would rather have a larger kitchen, extra bedroom, or game room than a large backyard. Others want more privacy and more land. The second trade-off is the HOA. The HOA helps maintain the community and amenities, but it also means fees and restrictions. You need to review the HOA rules before buying. Ask about parking restrictions, exterior changes, fencing, landscaping requirements, rental policies, and any other rules that could affect how you use the property. The third and possibly most important consideration is the total monthly payment. Newer communities may have different property tax rates, HOA fees, or additional district assessments. A $400,000 home in a part of San Antonio area may have a noticeably different monthly payment from a $400,000 home somewhere else. Official local tax rates vary by taxing jurisdiction, and some properties may also be located in a public improvement district with an additional assessment. That is why buyers should never compare homes based on purchase price. You need to compare the complete payment. That includes principal and interest, property taxes, homeowners insurance, HOA fees, and any other assessments connected to that particular property. The fourth trade-off is a commute. Far west San Antonio and parts of the north side have grown very quickly. That growth brings more stores, restaurants, schools, and services, but it can also bring traffic and ongoing road construction. If you work remotely or close to the community, this may not be a major problem. But if you work downtown at Fort Sam Houston or on the opposite side of San Antonio, the commute could affect your quality of life. Who is this option best for? I think it is a good choice for families who want a newer home, flexible living space, neighborhood amenities, and fewer immediate renovations. It can also work well for remote workers or buyers whose employment is so close to that side of San Antonio. The third option is a home in Schertz or Cibolo, northeast of San Antonio. These areas are popular with families, military buyers, and people who want a suburban feel while maintaining access to San Antonio and New Braunfels. Recent housing data has placed typical Cibolo home values in the mid-300,000s, while Schertz's recent median sale price has also been around the mid-300,000 range. That means a $400,000 budget can sit above the middle of the local market and may open doors door to larger homes or newer inventory. At this price point, buyers may find 4 or 5 bedroom, multiple living spaces, and roughly 24 to 3,000 square feet. The biggest advantage is space. Some homes may offer a 3-car garage or enough flexibility for multi-generational living. This can be a great fit for a family who needs a guest room, home office, playroom, workout space, or room for older parents. Another advantage is the suburban atmosphere. Many neighborhoods in Schertz and Cibolo feel family-oriented and community-driven. You may find neighborhoods, parks, youth sports, local events, and residents who remain in the area for many years. The location may also be attractive for buyers working near Randolph Air Force Base, Fort Sam Houston, Northeast San Antonio, New Braunfels, or employers along the I-35 corridor. But the biggest trade-off is also location. If you work downtown San Antonio in the medical center or far west side, the commute may be long. I-35 traffic can vary significantly based on time of day, construction, and accidents. So you should always test the commute before buying. Do not drive it only on a quiet Saturday afternoon. Drive it during the time you would normally be going to work. You also need to think about how often you visit Central San Antonio. If most of your daily routine happens in Schertz, Cibolo, Northeast San Antonio, or New Braunfels, this option may work beautifully. But if you want to be near the Pearl, downtown, central restaurants, and other San Antonio attractions several times a week, you may feel farther removed. So who is this option best for? I think it's a strong option for larger families, military families near Randolph, buyers working along the I-35 corridor, and anyone who values square footage and suburban living over central location. Now let's compare all three. With a central San Antonio home, your money is buying location, character, mature trees, and potentially a shorter commute, but you may receive less square footage, an older layout, and more maintenance. With a master plan community home, your money is buying a newer floor plan, modern features, community amenities, and flexible living space, but you may have a smaller lot, HOA restrictions, different property taxes, and a longer commute. With a Schertz or Cibolo home, your money may buy the most space, more bedrooms, and a quieter suburban environment, but you may be farther from central San Antonio and more dependent on I-35. So the real question is not, what is the best $400,000 home? The real question is, what do you want your $400,000 to buy? Do you want location? Do you want newness? Or do you want space? Most buyers have to prioritize two and compromise on the third. You may choose location and character, but accept a smaller home. You may choose a newer home and neighborhood amenities, but accept a smaller yard or longer commute. Or you may choose more space and a quieter suburb, but accept being farther from central San Antonio. That is the decision. Before you start searching for homes for sale in San Antonio, Texas, write down your 5 most important priorities. They may include monthly payment, commute, school options, number of bedrooms, home age, yard size, neighborhood amenities, proximity to family, access to medical care, or future resale. Then rank them. Do not say everything is equally important because that makes the search much harder. Once you know what matters most, you can decide where your $400,000 will work best. And remember that the maximum amount a lender approves is not always the amount you should spend. Choose a monthly payment that allows you to continue saving, traveling, maintaining the home, and enjoying your life. The goal is not just to qualify for the house. The goal is to feel comfortable after you move in. So now I want to know which option sounds best for you. Would you choose the established home closer to central San Antonio, the newer home in a master plan community, or the larger suburban home in Schertz or Cibolo? Let me know in the comments. If you are thinking about moving to the San Antonio area and want to know what your budget can realistically buy, I would love to help. My contact information is in the description below. And if you are serious about relocating to San Antonio, Texas, make sure you subscribe because every week I share honest and practical videos about San Antonio real estate, neighborhood, new construction, schools, cost of living, and everything you should understand before making your move. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.